see if it reveals too much. Obviously, the moment we're expecting, obviously EHOME's it is there too. Supports IGV, almost certainly the support and offlane.
I think a super safe pick would be like Luna for them. Luna, you can't really go wrong with. Like, it's a strong safe lane. You can't really take advantage of it. It scales in a late because EHOME hasn't shown anything. Like, Ogre, Magi, plus Rubik, both of your supports are there, yeah, but they have a nice mix of stun. They have a nice mix of scaling in the late game, perhaps except on Rubik, and Bloodlust on Ogre, always very, very good. They haven't really shown what they wanted to do. You can't pair any nice matchups. Sand King might not be paired versus a melee hero. For
EHOME's turn to pick
Which Doctor will be taking EHOME quick to react with that Alchemist pickup.
Okay, so now Alchemist is on the table. They've shown both their supports now, so they can't go for something like an Ancient Apparition, which would deal with the Alchemist, or even a Bounty Hunter, Bounty Hunter's been banned, Riki, which would be able to maybe contest their stacks.
So what can they do about this Alchemist pick? What do you now say that you need in your mid laner and your
Ursa is a
lane?
Very good way to deal with the Alchemist. He's one of the best one-on-ones versus the Alchemist. What other hero did I see that did very well against the Alchemist? Like, Alchemist is generally seen as a very fast hero. You get your Radiance armament by like 13 minutes, so you don't have that big of a window. You have 13 minutes to actually deal with him, steal some of his stacks, kill him a couple times before he starts getting, you know, kind of in that out-of-control phase. So you want a lineup that, like, you don't want to match farm. Like, if you go anti-mage, you're just going to get, you will get out-farmed.
Beyond, yeah.
So picking heroes that just can constantly fight, lock down an Alchemist is going to be pretty good for them. So EHOME, go for a specialty Pugna.
Yeah, picking up the Pugna. Mirana's there for IGV. So we talked about how they were going to kind of split up the damage. I mean, at the moment, IGV, if they do get a good timing Jakiro against the Veil, they have an insane amount of magical to turn up to the fight with. I mean, it's that kind of burst that you want against an Alchemist. Also, arguably, against the Pugna. Normally, you're looking to decrep a target to save it. That's not really going to help you at all against the damage that IGV is going to be outputting. Huge amounts of magical.
Don't forget that they have the no field on the Rubik too. They want to help out.
That is something that's,
the Pugna, we've seen Pugna a couple of times. One thing that's really good about him is his Nether Ward versus a Sand King. Like, he channels Epi and then he can't blink because he gets hit by it. So it's, I mean, it's not a hard counter, but it's something that's always pretty nice versus him. But they have all pretty heavy spellcasters, although, like, Jakiro, like, none of these hero spells take, like, the most amount of mana. You're not talking about, like, a Lina Lion, a Shadow Shaman, that sort of territory, but it still helps him out. And another good Axe candidate.
Oh, it certainly is. It certainly is. Alchemist has already got three good targets to drop the Axe to. EHOME. Now just with that one more pick, and obviously I imagine it's what they're just looking for their offlaner now. EHOME, as IGV still looking for that safe lane hero for Paparazzi.
Yeah, I think something that can break their combo up. Like, right now, it seems like IG Vitality have a lot of burst. Someone gets coconutted or Mirana arrowed or Sand King stunned, they're probably going to die. So I think you need, like, Tidehunter, I don't know, something like this. Tidehunter sounds pretty safe for them. What else does 11 play?
He does play the Axe himself, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But I guess it's...
10 seconds.
It sounds a little dangerous. And I also think that you want a hero that doesn't take up too much space, because Alchemist just eats up everything on the map. He's like, he's like Pac-Man. Just gobbles up creeps.
What about, like, the Beastmaster? Is that something that they...
Beastmaster's pretty good too. I just think that it's a lot of single target. Like, where your team fight damage is going to come from? It's like, are you really just going to have all your damage on a Bloodlusted Alchemist? It could be okay.
Old 11 Clock, that is certainly something we've seen him do before.
Clock, I think, is pretty nice, although there's a lot of heroes that it's going to be hard for him to kill, like the Sand King and the Mirana. But it is a hero that doesn't eat up much on the map, and can get solo picks on the Jakiro and the Witch Doctor. I think he might have some issues in actually, like, follow-up damage. 5 seconds. Like,
yeah, I guess he gets in and there's not
damage.
That is true. I mean, I guess maybe...
But Core Pugna will.
Core Pugna will have the follow-through, the blast and such. Void is the final pick for IGV, so we are going to see the safe lane Void from Paparazzi coming out. And, I mean, Void, it's, again, one of the heroes that not a lot of teams are picking and have released in that safe lane role. It kind of had its phase in this patch, and it's kind of died down a little bit. But are you liking it here, Ben? Final pick, and does it work against what EHOME are trying to do?
I don't know if it's hard enough of a carry. I think it's in that weird place where it's not fast enough to deal with an Alchemist, but it's also not hard enough of a carry that you're confident going into the late game. Like, he can just pop his ultimate, and then, like, if you chrono him...
You're not going to kill him.
Yeah, but they do have very nice synergy. Like, Arrow, great combo.
Yeah, the team
like,
fight.
Every one of their heroes can throw something into their chrono.
I mean, the team fight-wise, IGV, if they hit the timing and get a good start, it's going to be hard for EHOME to stop them running at the towers. I guess they can obviously rely on old Levin to come out with some fancy cog play.
5 seconds
But
remaining.
IGV's team fight, as you said, good chrono, follow-up arrow, ice path, burrow strikes, epicenters, it's all going to be thrown at the side of EHOME. It's going to be pretty terrifying, but overall you feel a little bit more confident for EHOME with this draft as compared to what we saw them bring out in Game 1?
Core Pugna is risky, but it's bold. I also think they're lining up like pieces together a lot more. It's one that's very centered around the Alchemist, as opposed to just a medley mix of strange picks that I saw last game. So I think they have a much better draft than last game. It makes more sense, at least to me, which may or may not count for anything.
Well, let's see if they're able to find anything here with this first movement. EHOME smoked up and into the jungle. They might actually catch out Burning here by the looks of it. Burning's heading over. He will have the high ground, but he's not going to be able to react quick enough. Old Lanham immediately grabbing him back. The cogs are down. Burning will be blasted up. Who's going to get the final bit of touch on it? It will be Garda. Picking up first blood there for the side of EHOME. And yeah, nice little smoke that IGV they were not expecting.
Sylar off to a very good start. He's going for the boots first. Pugna has ridiculously high move speed, by the way. He has 330 base.
Yeah, with the boots as well, yeah. He's zipping around this one.
And this early smoke, definitely a worthwhile investment because it will secure Alchemist the first rune.
And this Alchemist, he's looking fancy. He's got the extremely rare set on from the latest chest.
Dark Rune Forcer. That's a kind of cool set. He looks like more.
I don't know what the effect is.
Oh, is there an effect on
I mean, I hope so. It's the extremely rare one. I mean, surely it does. I mean, I guess it looks pretty different.
Looks can be everything, Owen. Kind of.
He's got a little beard going on as well.
I mean, he's golden and flashing and stuff.
Yeah, but that's his other items. That's the DAC Radiance blades.
I know his brass knuckle or his arm or whatever.
No, but that's not part of the set.
That's a different set.
That's last TI's.
Oh yeah. Okay. Molotov cocktail of the Dark Root Enforcer. His offhand is a Molotov cocktail.
Oh, top lane EHOME. And a pretty bit of a blasting start here as in July. Caught out and taken down by the tri-lane of EHOME. This Sand King Jakiro off lane. Not off to a great start here for IGV and EHOME. This is a brilliant opening for them. Old Lemon could be in a bit of trouble bottom. Looks like he will be fine. No points in bash yet. Still sitting at the level 1 and has the cell. So he'll be able to walk it off. Ninja Lion Q. They have to be careful about giving up kills to this lane, as EHOME can pack a fair bit of a punch if they get a little too over-aggressive.
They need to be able to use that pull that Q is doing right now. They have to be able to do this to try and offset some of the terrible things that's happened to them in the early game. Giving the bounty to Alchemist and giving up First Blood. If they're able to pull it, which Garter looks like he's already interrupted. Like, look at him. He's just standing there. He's like, I don't really care if you trade with me. Man, Ogre.
Why we're seeing so much Ogre picked,
he's just so oppressive. He is the real Dark Brew Enforcer. They need a set like that for him.
He just like that Zone's 2 heroes out of the lane.
Yeah.
What do you do? It's an Ogre magic.
4.3 HP regen a second. That's crazy.
Radiant's middle
crazy
tower
talk.
is under attack.
He is having an absolutely fantastic time here. Telekinesis onto in July, but no follow through. Silent up there, quite close enough. Other lanes as it goes on. Sakara in the mid lane, 8 for 1 against the 13 for 0. There is the edge for Old Chicken. Didn't get the bounty win this time around. Manages to pick up a haste instead, but
probably better, I would say.
Even on a out?
Yeah, because then you can secure yourself the next one, like almost guaranteed.
That's true.
And possibly even pick up like another rune after that.
Yeah.
Illusion, I guess, is pretty decent on him because he can stack like 2 and then another 2 camps if you use it at the right time.
Top lane. Let's see Q in a bit of trouble again. Telekinesis into the blast. There'll be a burrow strike from Ninja Light trying to hold back the team. But Garda and the boys chase him down. They'll get one.
Wow, their positioning was so good right there. Like, none of them could get double stun right there with their positioning. They split up in a very nice triangle, and Injuly was desperately trying to search for a 2-man stun, but ended up just just stunning Sylar in the end. So this lane is a huge loss on top.
Yeah, this is looking to be a fantastic start for IGV. And sorry, EHOME. And IGV continues to send heroes up. I mean, isn't there going to be the point where we just see Injuly back off and go to the jungle, or does he have to stay up and try and put pressure on?
It's never a have to. It's more a decision of whether or not they want to give Pugna free reign. The thing about Pugna safe lane is that you'll lose your tower very quickly if you ditch the lane, much more so than other safe lane cores. So that's not something that they're willing to give up at the exact moment. But they are hemorrhaging kills in the meantime. What they do need to do is get some more farm up on the scene. That was a nice dodge.
Yeah, and just getting himself down to the bottom. Burning's actually going to come with a paralyzing cast. Sylar falling incredibly low. In fact, he should tick down there to the Maledict here. Burning's presence could allow them to turn this lane around. It is just the one kill, but it is the kill that counts. Taking down Sylar on the carry Pugna. This will leave Paparazzi on his own down bottom, but I guess in all honesty, does Paparazzi really need Burning down here on the Witch Doctor, or can he kind of stand toe-to-toe against this clock on his own?
I think it's always nice to be able to give your safe laner a big level advantage at the start. However, they're almost the same level. The thing about Clockwork versus Melee is that he'll just drain all of your mana. You'll cog like 3 or 4 times, and then you're out of mana, and then you can actually die. So that's something that they wanted to prevent. So I think it's okay for them. Maybe it would have been better for him to switch earlier, but I think it's completely okay that he started off there.
Top lane again, a little bit of a fight as EHOME trying to close in onto Q. Putting themselves out of range of the Pugna Ward, and then looking for the opportunity to turn around. The Maledict, the Burrow Strike. In fact, this man is going to pop Sylar, taking huge amounts of damage. Bursted down, so they're losing the carry twice in quick succession. I mean, the movement from Burning and Cicada coming up top as well. It's crushing Sylar now. 2 deaths in the first 5 minutes, and what seemed to be a pretty clean laning stage from EHOME is starting to get turned on his head by these calls that are being made by IGV.
Pugna is not a core that does well if he dies multiple times. All you really want to do is just be able to farm up your tower. That hero is very squishy. He has high move speed as he has even less so in terms of HP. Like, you know, there's always a trade-off when we're talking about stats for heroes, and that is one of his weaknesses, sitting at a measly 620 HP. That is abysmal, especially when you compare him to like Jakiro, who also has 1 branch and is at 840. Just makes them super easy to die, but that's why you pick this, why you have raindrops and stick.
What's the plan this game for the Void, do you think, in terms of the build? Are we going to see kind of Vlad's Blink, or is it more likely to be the Manta Diffusal and Search, or Maelstrom? What do the Chinese teams build on Faceless Void carry?
Some go the Shadow build of the Linken's Verse. This game, it's tough because you can't sit in your lane and farm that much. They need him to be involved in the team fights very often. So I don't actually know. Tread stick, the raindrops, and then see how it goes from there, I think.
Really interesting. Paparazzi, it's battery assault, meaning he can't get off the Time Walk. Oh.
He had a lot of lucky battery sockets from that.
Yeah, that was...
They were super patient, too. They're like, okay, you're not going to Time Walk, I'm going to stun you. There.
Yeah, and just nice really from EHOME, you know, realizing that the pressure's been put on Sylas. They're saying, if you keep your supports up here, we know Paparazzi is going to be vulnerable. So they head down and take down the safe lane of IGV in return for the punishment that Sylas has been receiving on this top lane. Sylas is playing very careful now, making sure to not get close to the wave. Mid lane is a bit of a wraparound Garda. Maybe seeing if he finds an opening onto Cicada. Cicada putting on the pressure with this Arcane Rune. CS-wise, nice. Old Chicken leading the way.
Nice Observer Ward drop. The Ogre behind, on the other side, dropped the Observer Ward, which saw the Faceless Void TPing in. So they kind of know where Faceless Void is. Yeah, there's old 11 there, but do you really want to use Chronosphere on him?
Apparently so.
And they missed the arrow.
With the Starstorm, they'll get it. It's
still
a bit messy.
Yeah, it's a little bit messy, but it's kind of what you want to do as a Faceless Void. Use your Chronosphere, get a kill another lane if you can. Problem is he's really low on HP now. Does he want to go for like the Ring of Health so he can stay and farm, or is he just gonna keep staying at half HP and risk dying to like a lift into something that's like a Clockwork Hook shot? We'll see.
Again, though, we're seeing good levels of good farm on this support burning. 800 gold towards obviously what we'd imagine to be that arcane
smoke.
rune.
I think it caught. They're pinging it out. It got caught, and they're trying to steal a stack, or maybe perhaps even Jack the Alchemist as he's farming a stack. But he's tanky. He has a lot of armor with the Iron Talon and the Armlet, and I guess that doesn't mean too much versus the mass magical damage, but it's still gonna be quite the task. And in July, he would. Dude, would you epi that stack to the right?
Is he gonna?
Would you? And he doesn't have it.
It is
would
a
you
big
do it?
Would I? I certainly wouldn't. I'd be reported if I did that.
Dude, that's a quad stack. No, it's only a 3 stack. But
I mean, you could get it without.
That's true. Caustic is really weak. But sometimes time is of the essence. It's like, yeah, Caustic would take like 10, 12 seconds, and Epi would take like 5.
I mean, look down this bottom as well. They're trying to find Paparazzi. He might be alright with the jukes around the tree line. 11 needs to get one more proc here. Oh, the creep! No, the creep! Oh, the salve though, allowing Paparazzi to keep himself alive. Maybe cogged back as well. Paparazzi actually survives through it all.
Report that
despite the creep's best intents to try and throw the game for the team.
The raindrops are really saving him.
They really are there in that situation.
So it looks like he wants to build a headdress. So Vlad seems to be the build.
Yeah.
Not too many other people make like great use of the lifesteal, but the armor is very useful. And it looks like Ogre is about to
Paparazzi, he could be in trouble. They need to tank this battery assault. It's the cog. Again, it's not enough damage. Oldlem's been maledicted up. The fused rangers, they'll save him once. Burning will get sucked down. Old 11 should pay with his life as Q gets one more touch in. See if they can make IGV punish even harder. The Nether Blast actually going to miss. They get the lift onto Paparazzi, but with the Moonlight Shadow out from Cicada, IGV is going to be fine there.
They have to be careful. They can turn around with Chrono. And Paparazzi only has he only had 2 points in time off for the majority of that fight.
And his long cooldown.
Almost killed him.
I can't believe Paparazzi didn't end up going down there. That was
that creep. That salve. I don't know who had that salve, but that was a lifesaver.
They really want him dead. They really do. Old Lanham and Garda with Salah still poking around.
And they brought him a salve. Good old Burning playing the support role.
I mean, Burning support is looking pretty legit in this series.
Yep, he does not have 1 point in Voodoo, so he'll just have to make do with a plain old salve.
And picks up the urn as well this game on the Witchstructor.
Ooh, got cancelled by the rocket. And he actually used Time Walk, which does leave him vulnerable for
They really want him. Look at EHOME. They just continuously keep sending 4 heroes kind of edging towards diving behind the tier 1.
But it's okay. They're occupying Vitality while Alchemist just looking in mid lane, just being happy, farming away with his 6 set.
And that is true. Look at the net worth now. And indeed, Old Chicken is sitting at the top of it all. 5.3k.
And he has access to like both runes if they control the bottom jungle at that rate. Bounty runes.
No, that is true. And obviously lacking that stack that was taken away from him, which is it's been a nice bit of fortune effort in July, sitting on 1100 gold towards that inevitable blink dagger. Smoke up now from Burning in July, and looks like it will be potentially heading towards the Alchemist, trying to find out Old Chicken. I'll spot him out, of course, in this top lane queue. Already getting the touches onto him in July. And Burning making their way over. This would be a good kill if they can pull it off. And indeed, they're sending over Paparazzi. With a Chrono and an Epicenter, it should be enough to get the job done. He may be able to do some fancy footwork with the Chemical Rage and the Armlet. And we'll see if that's going to be the case. Epicenter coming through. Ice Path isn't going to connect. And the Chrono, he actually ends up walking into it. A nice little sweet play there from Paparazzi. This, I'm not going to Chrono you. I'm going to make you Chrono yourself. And really hitting hard into
in mid, he gets immediately hookshot by Old 11.
Damn, they find something in return. But I think at the... well, let's have a look at the numbers, in fact. Well, it's wrong, because that never works. But I think IGV will be more happy that they shut down the Alchemist. Do you feel that that's the bigger pressure for the team?
Though.
It's true, actually. And Deppy. So.
Yeah, I think it's worth it because they're taking this tower down.
Yeah, that's true. And it doesn't look like EHOME will be able to do anything about the tier 1 as of yet.
Yep, and no stacks left for Alchemist, so that's always pretty good. He did manage to buy a Radiance recipe before he died, so...
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if he bought it before he died, but it looks like it, so maybe he didn't lose out on that much gold.
Yeah, minimalizing losses by the looks of it. In terms of
minimalizing?
Minimalizing.
Minimizing.
Minimalizing. Is minimalizing not a word?
I don't think so.
Minimalizing is a word, isn't it?
Minimal is an adjective. Minimizing, dude.
Maximalizing.
Maximalizing, yeah.
That is not a word.
I like your use of English language. It's, you know, I've casted with Lumi so much that whenever he says something like slightly off, like that's how the crookie crumbles, like from the
crookie.
You see, you notice because you don't cast him that often, but I've hung around him a lot. I talked to him a lot. I just don't notice it just because I'm so used to it.
Oh, I mean, EHOME getting a good wrap around onto Cicada. In comes the hook shot from Old 11. They'll take down the Marana. Q's in trouble as well, caught in the cogs. Moving to Crepify, the Pugna Ward as well down from Sylar, doing huge amounts. Old 11 trying to TPI. Is the bash going to be? Yeah, yes it is. Paparazzi finds Old 11 in return. So we'll find one kill.
Dude, Paparazzi's going through raindrop charges like candy.
He really is. Is this his first one, or did he pick up a second?
I think it's the second.
Yeah, I want to say.
I think I saw 2 charges used that fight.
Yeah.
He didn't do that is a lot of bursts. You are done.
Oh.
Decrepify. Just owned
He did
him.
not expect that.
Nope. He was also in Agi Treads and also only had 1 raindrop. I don't think he would have gotten 2 proc. Still very nicely played from EHOME.
It really is. This game too. Looking a lot better until, as I say, that Cicada finds Old Chicken. They've just got the damage to bring down. They do have a Death Ward and a Maledict. Maledict down. Oh, tickle. Is it the armlet toggle though? I think the armlet toggle's too strong. It is. You're not killing this man. He's walking it off. He's A-okay. And yeah, they desperately tried for that one, but it's armlet with a chemical rage. You're not killing him with just those 2 heroes.
In the bottom lane, Sand King picks up his Blink Dagger, and Old 11 sees him as he leaves the shop. Yeah, Alchemist is just really tough to kill. I think they got to catch him like they need like a stun from Sand King into an arrow, or like Chrono while his ulti's down, or something like that. This is before the clockwork. Sorry, before the Pugna starts helping him.
On it, Paparazzi, I think he's just found the easiest 2-man chrono of his life. Whether he gets a kill out of it, though, that might be another situation. As already, they've lost the Sanking, the stolen burst right now, and Old Lanham allowing them to go through. The Cogs knocking back the Void so he doesn't get the chance to time walk.
Sylar's owning.
Oh my goodness, this game is looking like a totally different EHOME. They are outplaying IGV each and every time here.
Yeah, that Decrepify on the Void while he's chronoing, he's just like, I don't know what to do. He's pretty much like he's Chronosphere too.
Oh dear. Q here. And again, he's fine. In fact, he could potentially go back in. Sylar. Old Lanham in the neighborhood. Sylar finds Q. Out the wall goes. Burning and Scarlet. There's what the hookshot's going to miss. And they don't find a resulting kill. Seeing if there's any potential of a turnaround. They jump forward. Having July with the Burrow Strike, building up the Epi as well. But they want to find the Sylar, and they do. They'll get one out of it. They turn towards Garda as well. This time it's IGV to take the show home with them. They bring down 2. July with a blink. To chase for more. And oh, he's only just gone and found the clock. The follow-up's not quite there though. It's going to be the Cogs out. 11 does get tickled by the Ice Path. Again, IGV just don't have the positioning to get there and finish him off. Still 2 kills, but of course, once this all happens, more and more space for the Alchemist. Old Chicken now with the Radiance complete on top of the armlet, and this is where the game really starts to get hard for IGV, as you have to kind of ask yourselves whether they've done enough to slow down this Alc at this stage of the game, and it's not looking great.
Pugna's actually building a scepter himself, so despite how farmed Alchemist is, he he doesn't have to expend extra gold on buffing up his other core because Pugna's been doing so well this game. So that's kind of nice for him. I'm actually surprised he built an axe. He's like, yeah, you'll build me one.
And wanting to run with the pace, as you said, just not wanting to have to wait that timing.
Old Chicken going under a ward, but he feels safe under the T2. Moonlight Shadow is popped.
Do they have the damage? That is the question. I mean, there's 4 TPs coming through IGV. They need to be quick about this, and they do get the kill. They get the Alchemist. Can they get anything else out of this in return, though? Q stuck in the cogs. They'll lose Chikiro. There'll be a Burrow Strike onto 2, but Sylar sucking down on the Marana. They lose 3 for that attempt there, IGV. A very, very costly kill. They may have got the out, but the reactions from EHOME immediately sending 4 back in to defend Old Chicken. It's, again, 14-10. Lead continuing for EHOME.
a small but important decision for the Alchemist to back off to the T2 rather than go for a need for creep. If he went for a need for creep, he's just dead, and they don't get 3 kills. So, I mean, you made it look like EHOME were really prepared for that, and they indeed were.
What's the plan really for IGV's draft? I mean, I guess against the Alka such that they are on a huge timer. They can't let this one go on and on.
The first thing they need to do is get the Ags up on Murata. She needs to continue to scale.
Yeah.
Because you already have farming issues when you're versus an Alchemist. You're always worried about getting just out GPM'd and out GPM'd hard. And he is closing in on double the net worth of Murata. And Murata needs to keep at least, I would say, 2/3 to 70% of the Alchemist net worth for this to be a good contest in the late game.
Oh, we've seen her now as well. Old Chicken just enters a lane, sees a void, even though Chrono's there. It's both sides know that nothing can be done to bring down Old Chicken unless you have at minimum 3 members really of IGV, and potentially 4 at this stage with the farm that the Alks got. Blink's been picked up. Old Lanham has that done, and there's your Aghanim's timing for the sideline. 19 minutes in.
Yeah, they can start funneling HP into whoever gets chronoed, and as long as they're like not with the rest of the team and not just get owned by massive AoE with Epicenter and like Jakira ultimate, then they can actually keep that person alive. And then if that chrono fails, they're definitely going to lose the fight. So this Ags I think is a big game changer, especially if they try to focus down on a big hero like the Alchemist.
Sakata does not finish that Ags a moment too soon. He gets it just in time and gets out as a movement was coming in from the 4 members of EHOME hunting for the Mirana.
And the hook shot, he connected on a creep.
Oh, did he try for it as well?
Yeah, he tried for it.
Very close indeed. On lane, IGP. He's realised this Jakiro is pushing power with Liquid Fire to get some more towers. And of course, looking a little bit better for the fights. Obviously, having the Veil done on Q will be massive as well. He's working his way there. That's the helm and such. Once he has that, and if IGV can find good chronos with Paparazzi's play, they could have a shot at bringing down EHOME in these team fights, but it seems just a lot harder for them to successfully execute a team fight in comparison to what EHOME could achieve just by barreling down a lane and telling the IGV, come and fight me.
Come fight me.
You're right. So we're going to jump forward here. They found Silent Old Lanham. There's the 2 of them here. The Chrono will catch them both. Paparazzi falls, but they need more damage. The cast is going to bounce over to the creeps. They're going to lose Paparazzi. The Death Ward should be enough to finish off Sylar. They do get a trade out of this at least. Old Lanham trying to hide up in the tree line. July jumping forward as well. They're searching for this Rubik, but Old Lanham with his Blink Dagger to be quite slippery here, and they won't continue to try and find him out here. They've left it out. Old Lemon's coming up from the sidelines. He's actually going to get bursted down, and the Maledict is on him. See if he can keep himself alive here. Old Lanham comes back in with that stolen Burrow Strike. It's a triple kill for Old Chicken as he just waltzes in with the acid spray on the ground. Huge amounts of funds going into Old Chicken's pocket.
That blade mail owned. This Clockwork with the hook shot is causing a lot of problems for the Mirana, who really just cannot find the space to solo kill people or do that much damage at all.
Now this game is looking to be quite the opposite really to what we saw in game 1. It's getting to the point where you really ask yourself what IGV can do. Well, they can certainly do this. Hope the Old Lanham overextends like this one. He came in with a stolen Burrow Strike under range of the tower, and it will pay with his life there. A little bit of a slip up there for the Rubik.
Just thought he could put it out the lane?
I guess so.
Still obvious, out of control.
Yeah. This is certainly panning out to be one of those out games. Old Chicken in a fabulous place. Veil is now done. Oh, for Q. We'll see how much of a difference that does make to these fights. But as we've seen, it's very important who Paparazzi catches in these chronos. Top lane, in fact, talking about Paparazzi, he's playing around Old Chicken. He's got the time walk, so he will be A-OK. Bottom lane, Old Levin, hook shot at the ready. Maybe seeing if he can catch out a support or such. Burning in the neighbourhood, but Old Levin not gonna come looking for him. He's playing it safe, backing up. And Psylocke Glimmercape's now done as well on the Ag, so it's going to make the life of IGV a little hard in terms of catching him out of position.
Oh man. Glimmer Cape. Whew, that's going to be tough. Just Glimmer Cape the Alk and Life Drain him, and they cannot kill him. They do not have very much physical damage at all. Maybe with a Diffusal, they can like purge a Glimmer Cape off, but it's still going to be incredibly difficult to kill the Alk.
Outlander jumping in and finding Q. They tries to use the Moonlight Shadows to get him out, but EHOME there prepared with detection. Top lane Paparazzi's got to be careful as well. Already the sweep rounds there from EHOME looking to follow through for more kills. They've got the concoction, looking to time the stuns perfectly, and that gets themselves the Void as well. Good old stun bars there. I mean, I'm sure EHOME didn't need them, but as we saw, just allowing that concoction into hookshot timing to just pass on perfectly. Not a chance in the world for a Time Walk to come out from Paparazzi. Meanwhile, IGV are trying to find something in return. They're pushing down on the bottom lane, but of course these pushes going to get harder and harder with the fact that Manta, Radiance, all done and all complete on Old Chicken. It'll be EHOME who find a tier 2 potentially. I think the fortifications
are fortified.
It's going to be a little harder. They do think about sticking around, but with the TPs coming through, they will start to back up. And it should be hard for IGV to really catch them, as with this ward down on EHOME, I know exactly what's up. And in fact, they themselves are hanging around, preparing to see if IGV do head over. But as we can see, IGV just staying close to the tier 2 and understandably very scared about coming out to this bit of a map where they themselves don't have any vision on. And EHOME have absolutely truckloads. And yeah, they realise IGV will get the D ward. Try and get a bit more control back over this side of the map where EHOME are starting to steamroll across.
Starstorm steal for Rubik. It's going to be pretty nasty, especially combined with Decrepify. I've heard a lot of people call that Decreptify. I'm like, where do you get
Decreptify? Who says that, Ben?
I've heard a lot of
Who are these
things.
tier 5 casters you're working with?
I hear just the normal people say it too.
Normal people. I'm a normal person, man.
Decreptify?
Decreptify. I don't
There's
say
no
Decreptify.
T in there.
I don't say Decreptify.
It's kind of like an extra R in Germinate attack. Have you heard people say that?
In what?
Weaver's third skill?
Germinate.
It's Germinate. There's no R.
There's no R? Are you sure?
I'm positive. You can look it up right now.
Germinate.
It's
Germinate.
It's Germinate attack. You can look it up if you don't believe me. I don't think you believe. I'm seeing the look on your face. You're like, you're full of crap.
No, I believe you, man. But I want to check. I do believe you. Where is it? I want to show it for the people at home.
Right there. Third spell.
Germinate attack, man.
Yeah.
My whole life has changed.
See, it's probably some people are like that with Decreptify. They're like, what? There's no T in there?
I will never say Germinate ever again.
Okay. See? You're one of those guys.
I've learned.
That's why I covered my bases.
You've taught me, man. Germinate.
You've risen to tier 4.
I've risen to tier 4 now. I can do it, Ben. I can make
Got it. That's probably one of the most common mispronunciations I've heard.
Are there any other ones that you notice? Any other kind of little things that you go, well, that's not quite right?
A lot of the European people, they see the CH in techies and alchemists as alchemists and techies.
Don't blame that on European people. We don't say that.
No, I'm saying like non-native European speakers. Okay. Non-native English European speakers. Just
Techis.
Just because the CH is generally a CH. Like,
alchemist.
Yeah. CH is chill, right?
Chaos Knight.
Yes, I've definitely heard that one.
You've heard Chaos Knight?
Yeah, just because the
Chaos Knight.
It's not. English is weird like that, man.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, English is a weird language. I don't have anyone trying to learn it.
You, but
it's a pretty stupid language.
Yeah. For non-native English speakers, it's like, what? Why is that? Why wouldn't you just do a K instead?
Oh, look at old Lamb here trying to come in with the plays, and he's actually only just gone and done it, closing the gap with the stolen time or the vision from the rocket flare. Paparazzi does get a chance for one more time walk. They're chasing him though. They see him and they feel him. He'll be pushing up the daisies for a good minute or so. Sakati jumps in, trying to see if he can find old Lamb. Oh no, old Lamb. Oh, he's going to survive it. He time walks out. Sakati's in trouble, takes the concoction to the face. EHOME should be able to beat that opponent, or he will get forced away by Injuly, but old Lanham comes in with the Fade Bolt, finishes off the Mirana. Injuly in trouble as well. Salah keeping old Lanham alive. Old Lanham time walks back. And IGV lose 3. It's now 23-13. It's getting pretty heavy.
I think they've all in on the magic damage way too much.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about this in the draft.
Yeah, I was afraid, but they all in on the team fight.
Yeah.
And the Pugna is single-handedly just destroying them. He kept
Silas having a great time.
Kept the Rubik alive right there with the life drain.
Yeah.
The Rubik null field. You can see that no one's dying on the side of EHOME, really. It's just very difficult for them to killing one. And deaths continue.
Old Chicken just finding the pickoffs anywhere he wants. Octarine is now available for him if he wishes to spend up.
Yep.
And I mean, at this stage, how do you beat this Alchemist? He's 22,000
Void
now
needs
worth.
like 6 more items.
Yeah.
I would say to even stand a chance. And even then, it'd still be hard.
As you just are really not killing this out.
Oh, and then on top of that, they can still give Ags to Ogre,
Yep.
Ags to Rubik, who's already been owning without an Ags. This Clockwork has been godly.
Yeah, old 11 Clock. This was a perfect final pick here from the side there.
Initially, I thought, I was like, what
brilliant
exactly
with
is he doing? But he's great in this 4-on-5 scenario that they've been constantly.
And, I mean, there's no way he gets out of it. He's just straight up dead. This is, I mean, we saw kind of EHOME tap out around a mid lane fight. It's feeling like this game could kind of end the same, but the other way around now. You know, one more bad team fight from IGV, and they may just look to move on for game 3, and that's really where we're going to see it all rest on us.
Dude, Lonham's Rubik is really good.
Yeah.
I like the Rubik.
You can see why a lot of Chinese teams are scared of it.
It's great. It's great versus a lot of the current heroes too. Sync in particular. And Null Field is really good.
That's perfect against this lineup.
22% magic resist. Whatever those are availed.
Absolutely.
Is under
He's
attack.
cut it. Eyes on top. He's not going to want to do anything about that. He's going to stay firmly hidden in the trees there.
That's where you just skip the creep wave and then just bounce.
Yeah, I'll do exactly that by the looks of it. I mean, Old Chicken wants to do something. He's not going to be able to find it.
Oh, he TP'd too early.
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
That's awkward.
That is very awkward.
And they're hunting. I mean, all that is, does he go for the blind hook? Oh, he doesn't need to. He gets the vision, and he's got the dust as well. And with old Lanham coming out, oh, poor old Sakada. It's just not his day today in this game. He had a fantastic game 1. Game 2 is looking pretty nasty. Mid lane, though, Simon's been left on his own, and IGV quick to capitalize on that. He has the Aegis, though, and now in comes the backup. Old Chicken revving up the cocktail. Ready to look to chuck it out. Is he going to find that target? He's not. So IGV will be lucky getting themselves away there. But yeah, and that kill on the Mirana.
I think you just push high ground though. They don't have Epicenter, and they don't have Mirana.
How do they stop this?
First they kill Paparazzi in the hope that he doesn't. He is dead. That just seemed way too easy.
I really did.
Without Void, with no buyback on him, I think that's just game.
Yeah, and we've had kind of two stomps really in this series, both going either way.
Let's see if they can handle this Alchemist, and they can't even stand up versus Illusion, let alone the real hero. And with Pugna, the siege is fast, and they are not going to have time to wait for Void to respawn. This Void just dies so quickly, and even if he does respawn, like, what is he going to do? He just has Manta style really for damage.
He's got the gloves of Ace.
For Maelstrom, I suppose?
I imagine, yeah, at this stage with the potential of stronger creeps coming out, yeah.
Already preparing for Mega Creeps?
Preparing for Megas.
Yeah. Nice. I like the way you think.
Yeah, this game, they have been well and truly Alchemist. Old Chicken has had all the space that he's needed this game, and there's the lead in. And the follow-through hook shot from Old 11. And could get not just 1, 2, 3 kills out of the side of IGV, and GG is called, tapping out IGV. They don't want to take any more of a beating here in this game 2. And we will be going to a game 3 between IG Vitality and EHOME. Nice 4-man chrono. It's already all over. And I mean, it really feels like the question is who's going to stomp who in game 3? As we've had 2 pretty one-sided games. I mean, would you say this one was down to the draft, or was there ways that IGV could have played around this a bit better?
I don't like the Faceless Void pick, but at the same time, I don't really think that there were, like, another hero would have allowed them to win if they played the same way. I think the Clockwork played extremely well. Old 11 was spectacular, and also Lanham too. So a lot of outplay from them. They played the 4-on-5 lineup perfectly, though. they work so well as a unit of 4 and gave Alk way too much space.
Yeah.
That's an Alchemist win for you.
It feels like that could be an Alchemist ban in the 3rd game, really. I mean, if you know a team can play that well with the Alk, you don't really want them to have the opportunity of running an Alk game, do you?
They also picked their 2 supports very early, so they couldn't pick an AA or something to counter the Alchemist. So that also kind of shot themselves in the foot. And also Jakiro in the offlane, that offlane just went disastrously. And a lot of small things like the smoke at the start scared the Bounty Rune, which made them win the